Okay, so Tony, COO Tony, and myself, we've got the Cardo systems today. We're going to be mic'd up so that way you guys can get good audio, but we have the Cardo system so we can communicate. Tony is a beginner. Is that safe to say? Can we consider you a beginner level rider?
Yeah, extreme beginner.
And we're going to take the Starks for a cruise around my old woods loop here that I've created. Tony is in 32 horsepower and 69% regen mode. So we're gonna start there. I think 30 horsepower is a good place to start. And what's gonna be really cool and unique about this video is that I'm gonna give Tony, this is our tire pressure check, by the way.
It's not a moment too soon.
I'm gonna be able to give Tony feedback and instruction in real time. I think that's the cool part about having these Cardos. So my only thing is I don't know whether to go first or second through this loop.
Do you want to run in front of me first so I can kind of see your path, and then behind me second?
I think that's smart, and then I'll just try to give you warnings as we're approaching things, and then for the sake of the video and content, it would be good for me to get behind you. But yeah, we'll start with me in front of you.
All right.
So Tony, just know that when you get to these puddles here that we're about to approach,
yep,
you can go through them.
Okay. I don't want to get dirty.
Well, there's a couple spots where you don't have much of a choice.
No, I was only slightly kidding.
Oh, somebody was shredding today.
Yeah, they were.
Which will be good because that means they did the work for us. I'm kind of getting some of the stuff worked in. Going left here.
Hey, yeah, we are.
Okay, so now it's going to turn into single track trail. This looks like it hasn't been ridden today. So it's going to be a little bit slippery. I try to stay standing up through most of this.
Okay.
Okay, this is one of the more technical parts already. Just really light throttle or else you'll spin, and try to get squared up. Oh, see how you're tempted to, as soon as you get stuck on top, to give it more gas?
Yeah.
Try to remind yourself to do the opposite.
Okay.
I know it's hard because I always have the instinct of more gas too. But all that will happen on this bike is you'll just light it up. Don't try to keep up with me, by the way. I'm gonna try to just kind of go a little faster in some spots just to work in the dirt for you.
All right, cool.
Because the first bike to go through this stuff, it's slick.
Hang on, can you hear me? Test. Test.
And by the way, at least in my opinion, this is the more difficult part.
Talking. I think we lost connection. I can now. I don't know if it's a proximity thing.
Oh man. Okay, so coming up here is a really deep rut. I kind of just take my feet off so that way I just don't splash my boots. But same advice. As soon as you're tempted to pin it, don't, because you'll just spin. Yeah, there you go. That was good finesse. That's the deepest mud hole by far. Everything else is usually pretty good.
Okay, cool. Hey, tight turn.
Yeah, that corner is tricky. And there's a wet loop coming out of it.
Yep. Slip and slide.
What's up, guys? I'm giving away my custom built in Italy CR150. This bike was built from the ground up. It's one of a kind. And I'm giving it away to a lucky subscriber inside of the Moto Academy app. Go to the motoacademy.com, subscribe before June, and we'll be picking one lucky winner to take this bad boy home. And that's the biggest thing you have to be careful of through all of this is the roots. Because right now they're going to be slippery. So you just want to get the bike squared up. So when you go to turn, take the turn kind of all at once, and then try to get the bike straight up and down again as quickly as you can.
Okay. Little chipmunk. How you doing?
Did you die back there?
Can you hear me? If you were solo riding right now, some tunes in the helmet.
Oh, I know. As
Some
soon as I
Fleetwood
accidentally
Mac.
clicked that music on, that was the first thing I thought of. I was sick with that beat, just come out here on a solo mission to some sweet music.
Just in your own world. Shout out Roots. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. After that left-hander, that section's kind of tricky. So this is the rut jump. You want to take a peek, see?
Oh, I see how it can get a little hairy.
Yeah. Yeah, so the nice part is there's a little kind of teeter cut right there to not go through it. But
Yep.
yeah, it's no joke. And right now it might be sketchy because it's nice and wet in there.
Yeah, you're really gonna have to finesse the throttle.
I'm actually I'm a bit afraid to try it. Let me at least roll through here once. Well,
It's pretty
no,
deep.
I don't know. I don't know how to get out of here now.
Boom. Just manhandling the Stark right now. Oh, I thought you said easy.
Oh my gosh!
Gotta finesse the throttle.
All right, you go to the cheater line. I'm gonna jump it.
Oh, I gotta see this.
It's definitely scary though when you sit here and look at it.
Yeah, that's
Of course,
deep.
I make it look extremely easy, but
Right. Okay.
also this is the wettest part. I forgot about this. So we've got a. This is a fairly hefty hill climb.
That's
We
okay.
could probably find a slightly easier way up this hill. Let me see if I can stay down here for 1 second, because that hill climb is pretty brutal.
Is that what the chain fell off on for Aiden or whoever it was?
No, that one was even worse. This one isn't bad, but it's just bad enough.
I mean, if there's logs in the way, I don't want to try it. But if it's just a hill climb, I'm down to try
Well,
it.
there's big roots. You know what? It might not be that bad. Let me take a good look at it. Yeah, it's really not that bad. Let me go up to the first kind of base camp, so to speak.
I lost connection with you, just so you know.
Really?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
What the heck? So can we not get far away from each other at all?
That's what it's seeming like, but we'll see when you get to the top of the hill. Start talking.
So right off. Oh, cha-ching! Just getting the
Hey.
Shopify cha-ching. Did you get that too?
Sure did.
So the benefit of me being tall is I can kind of sit on the back and keep traction. You could probably do the
Yeah.
same. You're just not going to be able to touch as easily as me. And you
Right.
could just track up in slow motion, really, if you want to.
Are you pretty much at the top?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's really not that bad. You just have to continue to remind yourself. Just
Easy
don't
throttle.
give it gas. Yeah, and if you start to spin, just give it less gas and try to sit further back. The problem is when you sit further back, it's going to make
The
it
front.
harder to touch. But
I see what you're saying. Okay.
and really, that's
Back
the
on
biggest
course.
route that you just went over,
Fogging up.
I think.
Easy throttle.
And then just follow my dark line if you can hear me.
Oh! Man down, man down.
Can you hear me?
We're fogging up, baby.
Did we lose connection again?
Yeah.
What'd you spin on that?
That
Oh,
stuff.
right there, maybe?
Yep.
So easiest way out from this situation maybe is turn the bars all the way left and roll backwards. And keep rolling, if it'll go. Keep rolling, and your goal will be to kind of get in line for that rut. And I bet you that's, if we drop into this rut here, we might be able to take this all the way up and it might be easier.
Okay, cool.
I just gotta get turned around. Massive tree stuck in my bike. Get out of here. Which that could be a more fun version of this hill climb anyways.
The little loop
Looks
around?
like, yeah. Let me check it out right in front of you. I'll try not to roost you. You didn't get hurt on that tip over, did you?
No, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't too bad. You're gonna have the one stump right there, but it's not really wet, so you could go right up that.
Cool. The hard thing is I weigh like 130 pounds, and I don't really, if I don't have momentum.
Yeah, it just spins so easy, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
And then as soon as you get stopped and stuck,
Yep.
you spin
You
even
gotta
worse.
like back up 20 feet. So probably like up and around those trees.
You should be able to go right up that from there. Just sit back a little bit further. I know it seems weird like you're gonna loop out, but you won't. Sit even further back than that.
Right there?
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
That makes a huge difference when it comes to just trying to get some traction. There you go. Keep the momentum. Good. No. And your tendency too, I can see you, and this is my tendency, is you start to lean forward as you get going.
Yeah.
So fight that urge, you're not gonna loop out.
Okay.
So like, see, look at me. I know you're sliding backwards right now, but see how my arms are straight?
Yeah.
And I am literally just sitting over the rear axle and just keeping my arms straight so that way I can get some traction. That's your only hope.
Okay. Do you think from right here I can make it up that?
Yeah, yeah.
No
You just got to get more momentum so that tire goes up over the... There you go.
I'll skirt around these trees.
Well, you could go left and follow up right in between here, and then just go in between the trees.
Hey, short guy
Problem is
there.
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard for you to touch in the spots. I bet you. I'm sure we can find a easier version of this. There we go. There we go. That's the technique. That's the technique.
Bingo, baby. We made it. Almost. Okay. Cool.
Solid. Solid. So, oh.
Famous last words. Okay.
All right, well, you officially made it.
Made it to the top. Okay, cool. That was good.
Are you exhausted yet?
Yep.
Okay, so if it makes you feel any better, that's by far the hardest part. I think next lap what we can do is I can cut off that hill climb and we can kind of shimmy across straight to here and then we're good. Because that is by far the hardest part of this whole thing.
It's so weird because it doesn't look like it would be difficult.
It's easier on a gas bike because you can actually, you just get traction. These things turn into just like chainsaws and you dig yourself into the ground.
Yeah.
Go nice and slow. This part's a little tricky. You got to drop in Actually, just a tight turn here. Just look where you want to go. The bike will follow. All right, so somebody's ridden this today too, which is cool. So they'll have chewed this up already.
Breaking it in. Stay in the rut, buddy. I have the hardest time keeping the bike in ruts. I remember, I think it was Field of Dreams, maybe. I did one class and I was literally steering through the whole entire turn, and he pulled me aside and you're like, you are by far the worst in corners. And I said, why? He's like, you're like, because you're steering through the entire corner, and that's exactly what you don't want to do.
I just caught you doing it a couple times already today.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got there's a short steep climb here.
Okay.
This requires commitment out of the turn. Good. So you just need rolling momentum, so when you get to the root, that you can actually give it less throttle.
Yep.
Couple lines here. You can go around that if you want. Oop. Yeah, there you go. The biggest thing in riding the woods is just being intentional with where your vision is.
Yep.
Especially for a beginner. It's really easy to get scared and then just stare at the things that you're trying not to hit, and then you know what happens then.
Oh yeah.
So just keep reminding yourself of, like, that's why if you can pace me a little bit and just track and look where my back tire goes and commit to those lines.
Yep. So I should be really looking like 10 feet or so ahead in the woods?
Yeah, this spot's pretty tight. I just made it look way more difficult than it is. This part's intimidating looking, but it's easy. So you just cover finger over the front brake, finger over the rear, stand up, look where you want to go. That's fun when you actually get comfortable with it. And you can hit that kind of like a mountain bike, just no throttle or anything.
Yep, just kind of coast through it.
Careful, there's a sharp rock in the dead center there.
Yep. So is the attack position still the same in the woods as it is on a motocross track?
Yeah. Load tree here. Yeah, through all of this, I ride exactly the same.
Okay.
As I would on a moto track. Exactly the same.
You know what's so funny about dirt bikes in general is that in theory, like you can kind of understand it, like understand what you have to do to be a decent intermediate rider. But when it comes to actually practicing it,
yeah,
different story.
It's because there's so many variables that can be thrown at you that although it is super simple in theory, it's hard to stick to the theory of it.
Yeah, 100%. Goggles down 1 second. Uno momento. Okay.
So 2 more turns, careful log in the center of the trail here.
Okay.
We got this left. And then right, and then that's a lap. So this is right back. This is right back where we started.
Oh, cool, okay. Yep.
You want to lead me this lap around, and I'll follow you for footage purposes, and I'll just correct things subtly as I see them.
Yeah. If I remember where to go, you could just.
I'll call it out to you. You'll follow this. Once you get past the big puddles, shortly thereafter you turn left. You should be able to see our marks, but I'll call it out.
All right, sounds good.
Is that power mode fine?
Yeah, I think it's sufficient.
Do you want less?
No.
Because it might help with, it could help with traction maybe. Or like, has there been any point where you got on the gas and you're like, this thing won't even go?
A couple times.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll leave it.
All right. Okay, let's do this.
So even in straightaways like this, you're tempted to steer the handlebars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're just a big time handlebar steerer. So remember this, if you were skiing,
Yep.
you're using your hips and your knees to steer the bike. You can turn the bars the tiniest bit if you need to.
Yep.
But the
So
bar
do I
steering
go-
will, nope,
Oop.
follow this still. I'll call it out.
All right.
That would have brought us backwards down the other trail that we were on.
Got it.
So you're gonna go left right past that little 2 twig trees right here. Yep.
Then take it right or left?
Left. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good.
Hey!
And then, yeah, once you're in. So now you can't mess up.
Yep. Those last words. Watch that rock.
So try to square up and get as straight as you can.
That was not straight.
But if
What do
you
you
turn
think?
around and see where you go compared to where, like, I would try to get lined up way out here. Because look at the angle of that
Oh
thing.
yeah. That's a good point.
And then you just have to give it a kind of a, just so you can coast as you're actually going up over it. Your best bet right now is to back up and get your front tire actually back behind it.
Okay.
That's what an enduro guy would say is the common mistake of a moto guy is when he gets stuck, he tries to push himself forward off of it and he just sits there and spins like a goofball
You're right.
instead of spinning around or pulling backwards. So you can roll right up over with your front tire from the left side.
Yep.
Just get straight, so you might need to
Loop around.
get a better angle. And then a little bit of gas while you're still on the flat ground before it.
Okay.
And the goal is to be off the throttle by the time your back tire gets onto the log. So you'll see me just do like a little blip of throttle and then I literally coast. Just a little blip of throttle and yeah, oh nice,
Yep.
perfect. It's a difficult thing to remember to do because
It is.
at least for me, I always want to give it gas in these situations.
Yeah. When in doubt, gas it out.
Drifting, just drift.
Oh yeah, baby.
It's like Tony skis, but Tony drifts.
Tony drifts, baby. Little TD.
There we go.
I feel like the more momentum you have in the woods, the easier it
Yeah,
is.
just a little bit. I mean, the way that you're doing it now, so this extra 1 or 2 miles an hour
Yep.
of roll speed makes a big difference. So you're not like a light switch stopping and going.
Right.
Like you don't have to ride over your head and be reckless fast, but it's just that 1 mile an hour more that can just help you roll through things.
Yeah, exactly what it feels like. Like this right here, if I was going slower, I would have tipped over. Watch that tree, it's right there. Okay, confidence. Trying to steer, don't do that.
Nice.
Sorry about
Ooh,
that.
that's got a sharp rock at the end of it now. Or that's a root.
Felt like a
That's
root.
that's deep.
Yeah, it is.
I almost want to find another way to get through that because that just thrashes.
All of it. Tires, swing
Yeah.
arm.
I mean, it's fine. The bike's gonna be dirty anyways.
Do you have somebody who washes these, or do you have to spray them down?
We'll do it when we get back. The good thing is these electric bikes are like power washing a brick. Like there's not
Oh, nice.
a bunch of motor parts you have to kind of spray within. I mean, it's just very easy bike to wash.
Right. Was the Alta like that as well?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it just makes it easy. And
Yeah.
I have this little Ryobi electric power washer that works super well.
Nice. Is that how you say that? Ryobi?
No idea. That's how I say it. How are you
let's
supposed
call
to
it
say it?
I don't know. I always say Roby, but that could be wrong.
That definitely sounds maybe more right. It's like how I say it. Lay lava.
Lay lava.
Lay lava.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You gotta fix that. When you, the first time you said that, I was like, wait, what?
What
Like
is he
what?
talking about?
Yeah, not even like today, but it was like back in the point days or whatever. When you were talking about your cologne, it's like, wait, what did you just say? Lay labo.
There's not a single dirt bike fan listening to this right now that knows what we're talking about.
I can't relate. Just know that it's not lay labo, or lay labo. Sorry, I said it more right. On
Lay labo.
Lay labo.
Oh.
Ew.
See, what caused that is your front tire. Wow, that section's actually really. I'm realizing how tricky some of these parts are when I'm going this slow.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It is also pretty wet today too. You could go straight. Yeah. Oh, practicing a small little. Oh, down, folks.
I threw myself off guard. All right. This is like a crater. You know, in dirt bike school, they teach you how to, or in motorcycle school, they teach you how to pick up a bike when it's on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't think I can get that low. Let's see. Use a little leverage.
You can get in there. Whoa. Careful.
Little assist. Hey.
Yeah, you've done that already earlier. When you go to stop and get going, hold the red button for a couple of seconds and just put it in neutral. Because when you start to whiskey throttle with your hand upside down like that, your brain is not going to be able to figure that out. You're going to be stuck going wide open. And the only thing that will save you is what just happened, which is you just dig your spike into a hole.
Got it.
Otherwise, you would have just whiskeyed. But you did paint me pretty good.
Oops, sorry about that. I guess that's the dangerous thing about riding behind me. You just never know. Keep the people guessing.
How did you crash on that thing? Did you ride into the stump or did you spin on the log?
I spun on the log. I didn't really have momentum going in, so I wasn't really thinking about it.
You realize how heavy these things are when you have to pick them up off the ground, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. They're definitely a lot lighter when they're in forward motion. Okay.
You're getting a lot more of a workout than I am. Whoa.
Oh, I know.
You're probably pretty safe to follow me through here. I think I've got a way to go.
Okay.
A couple cool S turns in here if we could figure it out.
Over to the left or the right?
Well, there was one over to our left back there. Where are we? Let's try this. Like this is all stuff to ride going through here. Oh, here we are.
Yeah.
All right, so you can hop in front of me. You're dropping into the tight left once you start going down this hill. This is my favorite section over here. So, there we go. This is great practice for Moto though, because once you ride this a little bit, you're basically dealing with little ruts the whole time. And then you have roots and rocks tossed into the mix to confuse things even more.
Sure.
What it'll do is it'll make it so when you get on the Moto track, it's just gonna seem so well manicured that it'll feel easy.
That's a good point. How many pro riders, MX riders, do this for like cross training? I feel like not many, huh?
Not many, if any at all. I mean, only because I think teams are pretty, you got that hill climb coming up, so just look ahead, commit out of this corner here. A little vertical throttle at the bottom. That's good. A lot of teams wouldn't like if, let's say, a woods guy or a supercross guy was like riding in the woods for the heck of it. They would probably consider that just unnecessary risk.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Although,
that makes sense.
I mean, I think it's great practice to ride all of it. I think if you're a woods guy, hopping in a supercross track might not be the greatest idea.
Right.
Some of the disciplines are so specific. I think moto to woods, so like what you've ridden before, a motocross track, and then hopping into woods and vice versa, that's perfect cross training.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it. Because like
It
you
just
said, this is
helps with eye speed. I mean, think about all the things you have to quickly be able to pinpoint and then look beyond and then pick a line and stick to it. Like right here, for example, you could go to the left of that rock, you could go to the right of it.
yeah. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do until I got to it. Okay, so front and rear.
Yeah. And you don't have to be too specific with a line here. Like you could literally let the bike fall where it wants to.
Yep.
Now we're carrying some speed.
Yeah. Little confidence boost here. Not too much though.
Yeah, not
So,
too much because you end up in a tree before you know it. This section's tough. Whoa.
I don't know that fun. Log in the center.
Are you starting to figure out at all where you are yet, or no clue?
Oh, in the track, yeah. We're almost to the beginning. Okay.
Let me know if you need a break, by the way.
No, we're good.
Maybe do 1 or 2 more laps forward, and then I kind of want to try it backwards. I haven't tried it backwards before. Oh, it's actually less steep just going down the center of it.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think so many people have tried riding to the corner that they've just dug a deep rut in it.
Yep.
Going left. Going left again. All right, hop in front of me again here. Woo! Set that up, good. Get straight. Yeah, good.
So right now, I'm slowly mentally figuring out, you kind of got to let the bike do its own thing under you. You got to guide it, but you just kind of got to go with the flow a little bit. I don't know if it pertains like that to trails, but it's kind of what I'm doing.
I mean, that applies to any type of two wheels. Like I see a lot of people on mountain bikes too. It's just like trust those big tires underneath you. It's gonna roll over that stuff. Especially when you're on the moto bike. Just let it work. Let it go through stuff. That situation where you just ended up sliding before you went over that log in that corner. That's a tricky situation because you were literally like grinding. I don't know if you saw it, but you were grinding that route for a while with your front tire. There's not much you can do in that situation.
Right. See, I lost
Where you headed?
right there.
Whoa! Yeah,
hey,
see,
where
you
you
didn't look at me.
Yeah, getting squirrely. Okay.
Nothing like just some good old-fashioned wet root. Not
No
easy.
kidding.
And there's no getting around this mud hole, really, is there? Did you crash back there?
I was going into a tree. I didn't want to do that, so I had to stop. Okay,
This,
moving.
hold tight right
We
there
are
for a
moving.
second. Is there any way to turn sharp right? Oh. I mean, that mud hole is getting so bad.
This is getting more and more deep.
Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Lost connection for a second.
Hang on, I'm all over the mat back here. Making silly mistakes.
That mud hole kind of sucks. I want to figure out a different route.
Hang on, I lost you. Test. Test. Test, test, test. Test.
Testing 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Test, test, test.
There we go. God, these things don't have a good distance, it appears.
No. Okay.
We've lost them. Folks, we've lost them. Can't really get turned around on this trail either.
Whew.
I'm not sure what he would have crashed on over there.
It is hot, baby.
How'd you get there?
I was trying to cut the track a little bit. I'm realizing why in the woods you need to bring water.
Here. I have a Camelback.
Do you have like a water bottle in there?
Yeah, well, I've got a water jug.
No joke.
Is something stuck in my bike, or? It was making an awfully
Where are your wheels? It's a lot of work picking this up multiple times over. Thank you. Sorry I'm slowing you down.
Well, folks, Tony skis, giving the Enduro a test run. He was going for a shortcut, I think.
Yep.
Did you crash, or did you just stop for a second?
I just stopped. Oh, I see.
The woods are difficult. The woods are difficult, but what I will say is, thank goodness he's not on a normal bike. I think it would be 10 times harder, but maybe not. What would you say that's true or false?
I would say true in the sense that this is like a lot less going on, so you just have throttle and brake. But false in the sense that the power is, yeah, power's tough. But overall, yeah, I think this is the way to go.